Hi there and welcome to a new video. Today, since I'm currently not in the mood for that thing, we will continue work on the Opel. Those of you who have not been following all this time, that is my 1986 Opel Kadett. Well, part of it at least. And I'm currently doing a refresh on it, mechanical refresh at least. So yeah, if you would like to stay up to date with everything that I do, like, comment, that just helps the algorithm. But if you really want to stay up to date, go and subscribe, please. And maybe even hit the bell notification icon so that you are notified every time I post a new video. But with the formalities out of the way, this is what I will be working on this video. This unsightly little lump right here is a 16-valve Opel 20XE engine, not a C20XE. You can tell it's not a C20XE because it has a distributor right there. Now this is what used to power and what is going to power the little Opel Kadett of mine. It normally has a turbo strap to it sitting right about there, but that's currently somewhere around there. Problem is, I don't really have any experience in rebuilding engines, not to mention an engine of this caliber. And I also don't have instructions, as this engine does not feature in detail, at least in my Haynes handbook. So basically you guys will be learning at the same rate that I am. Since I don't have any instructions on how to dismantle this thing, I figure I'm just going to start with whatever is the easiest to do and quite frankly is on top at the moment. So okay, so I didn't do much, just removed the plug leads, removed some pipes that were there, drained the oil, because I almost forgot that we never did that when we removed the motor. I would have had a nasty surprise when I removed the sump if I didn't remember that. But let's get cracking. I guess the second step is to remove the belt, I guess, so I can get stuff off. So pulleys off, belt off, valve cover off, head off, I think. Two broken drill bits and one broken easy out later. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's, oh my word, that's eerily satisfying. Okay, so that one bolt took a very long time to remove, but now I can finally remove the rest of them and get this valve cover off and continue the job at long last. Finally! Now where do I put this? Okay, with that thing in the box and all of its little bolts in a baggie inside the box, I can finally get to the business of this thing. As you can see, there are the head studs. There are 10 of them, and if I am correct, if I remove the 10 of them, the head will come off. But before I remove the head, I might as well give you guys some trivia on it, because this head really is what makes this engine as special as it is. Cosworth actually did the development on these heads for General Motors, and the early heads were actually manufactured in-house by Cosworth. Those are known as your Coscast heads. They are sort of the holy grail to have on one of these engines. Sadly, this is not one of them. This is a Kolben Schmidt or General Motors head. It has exactly the same flow characteristics, exactly the same design, but it was cheaper. The product of some cost cutting on General Motors part. Many guys say that you can tell which head you have by looking at the stampings. Obviously this one will have General Motors stamped on it, but you can also look for Welsh plugs. The Coscast heads do not do not have Welsh plugs. These have lots of them, and there's actually one and the Welsh plugs are actually one of the many reasons why this engine is getting rebuilt, because my Welsh plugs have started to leak, which obviously is no bueno. But now I can tell you guys about the main issue that these Kolbenschmidt heads have, and that is porosity issues. You heard me right, these sweat much like a human would. You can sort of see right there how that looks after a while, and that just happens. So if you're running a Kolbenschmidt head, you're basically never going to have a clean engine bay in your entire life. But if you're really unlucky, they sweat through the water and oil jackets, which ends up in your water and oil mixing, which is less than ideal. And when that happens, you've got to do some sort of a chemical treatment, dip them in something to get it fixed. But it still sucks a lot. That's why the cross-cast heads are as sought after as they are, because they just don't have issues. And while I've got the thing open right beside me, I might as well tell you guys about the cams. Now, since this is a 20XE and not a C20XE, it has a more aggressive cam profile, a bit more lift, if I recall correctly. It's actually a common upgrade on the C20XE engines, especially when you're running a turbocharger, to swap in the 20XE, or otherwise known as the CD16 cams, to get that little bit more performance. But enough of that, let's get cracking on these head studs. So yeah, I just got done putting away all of the tools. There's the engine, there's the head and stuff. I'll put all of that away properly off camera. I just need to find a good spot for it. It will not remain on the floor, I promise. But yeah, that really is it. I'll do the bottom in a later video, because there's really not much more I can do right now. For the curious amongst you, here is the head gasket. It's not blown. And here are the pistons. Let me just get out of the light. There you can see the state they are in. The smarter guys should be able to tell me something about them. I don't know, wait, let me grab this. Yes. It's that's not working. Oh, I forgot that my phone had a flash. So here is the state in which the pistons are. That one doesn't look too fresh. Lots of carbon build-up, but that's about all I can surmise. I'm glad to report that the only thing that went wrong, because the little Opel has a history of fighting with me, the only thing that went wrong was this little bugger. I think I'm going to keep it like this and frame it. Just put it on a necklace. I don't know. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was a bit of a boring one, I will admit. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, everything that you would like, everything that would please you. And let me know down in the comments what you guys would like to see more of and what you guys would like to see less of. I hope you guys have a lekker one, whichever it is, like a day, like a weekend, like an evening, whatever suits you. I hope you have a lekker one, and I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.